Good morning everyone. We've just had a very busy night of astrophotography here at Lake Ballard. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a video talking about other aspects of Lake Ballard in terms of an astrophotography location. Lake Ballard is part of the Shire of Menzies, north of Kalgoorlie, in the West Australian Golden Outback. Comfortably about 2 days drive from Perth. Could actually make it in one day in terms of a drive, but you'll be a little bit tired after that. Quite well known for the Anthony Gormley statues. I think there's about 52 statues in the lake, and they provide some very interesting astrophotography subjects. As an astrophotography location, it's about a Bortle 4. I did a light pollution measurement last time I was here. It's really quite dark. I sometimes wonder about the light pollution meter, if it's actually calculating it properly, because you could quite clearly see the zodiacal light and also see the milkiness of the Milky Way. So it was a very nice dark location. And because it was quite cold, being that we are 30th and 31st of July, in the middle of winter, is that the sky was extremely clear. Now the lake itself, as an astrophotography location, the surface is very dark, being a lot of this dark red mud, and the statues themselves are actually a dark red as well. So photographing them, you realistically want to light them somehow. So lighting the statues, you might use some low level lighting or speed lights, light painting, use a dusk blue hour shot, which is not usually my favorite, or you could also be using moonlight as well. Otherwise you could use it as a silhouette image. So given that there's so many statues out here, it does actually provide a lot of compositional options, and they're pretty much facing in every direction. So you can actually have them facing the right way compositionally for a rising Milky Way, a setting Milky Way. You can also photograph them with the Magellanic Clouds to the south of here, and it's actually quite clear down to the south. Also to this location's special relationship with Pleiades, I really want to do a statues with Pleiades shot. So probably thinking about 200 millimeters or even longer, and basically getting one of the statues, especially one of the female statues, given the story about the sisters, and having Pleiades behind them. So I thought another fantastic idea here is to do star trails. So using, say, a tool like PhotoPills, you can actually place the celestial pole pretty much where the head of the statues are, and then basically just set up your time lapse, do maybe a blue hour shot for your foreground, and then just let it keep going for hours and hours, and you can have all the circles going all around the head. A couple of other things to consider when filming here is the ground can be very muddy. So it's highly recommended to wear gumboots. And also when you're out photographing, bringing something like a towel would be beneficial. Then you can basically place gear onto the towel or the tarpaulin, and it would reduce the amount of mud that cakes on it. Because the statues are spread out over a fairly large area, it's always best, of course, to scout before it gets dark, and using something like a GPS to mark down where the statues are that you want to photograph later on in the middle of the night. Otherwise, it's being a very dark location, it's very difficult to find the statues again, especially since they're dark as well against the dark background. It's like a dark room with a dark cat.